I want to talk about the benefits of living by frequency, like the vertical experience of realities through your vibration and frequency, versus living through time, like the linear progression of time, like past, present, future. Because lately I have been experiencing this wonderful transition to living every day where it's all about how do I improve my now. So before we start, let's just review what am I talking about in terms of like linear progression of time versus the vertical. So the horizontal versus the vertical. So up until what I feel is my kind of like a milestone where when I hit the sort of like a zone where I started understanding the power of the now and just focusing on the now. I lived like the past, present, future. I lived like where always thinking about where I want to go, but then I'm always attached to the past. Like I think of time as like I'm young, and then I'm gonna grow old, and then what am I gonna do in the future? Now I have transitioned from that thinking, from that mindset, into this kind of mindset. I just have the now. And if I don't like what I am experiencing, or if I am not experiencing the reality in the now, in the way that I want to experience, I think of a reality I think of the reality that I want, and then I try to improve my vibration and frequency, my mindset, the energy that my mindset emits, the energy and vibration and frequency that my soul, me, emits. Because I know that when I manage my affairs, myself, my thoughts, my feelings, myself, so that it exudes the energy of what I want. For instance, I want the energy, let's pretend I want the energy of love, and I want the energy of happiness, and I want the energy of stability and belongingness. I have to feel that. I have to be that. Then I will be able to align to those frequencies of belonging and love and happiness. So I'm no longer thinking past, present, future. I'm now thinking, how do I calibrate the way I feel? How do I calibrate it? How do I calibrate the way my mindset works? Or because whatever I do, whatever I say, whatever I think, whatever I feel emits that frequency and vibration, and it has to align to the vibration of love, happiness, and frequency. So when I let go of the living my day, when I let go from thinking of its past, present, future, it has, and then thinking more about the frequency, it has become more of now, 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 now. It's just always, always about the now, now. If I start feeling that I don't belong, that means I know my outward experiences start to feel that way. If I start talking about people or about situation at work that I don't, then that becomes sort of like my frequency and vibration that I emit. And I will not be able to align to the frequency of belonging if I keep feeling that I don't belong. If I'm talking about love and I'm not feeling loved, and I'm not thinking that I'm loved, I'm not thinking that I am admired or respected or accepted, I will not be able to align to that frequency of acceptance and belonging and love. So, does this make sense? What I'm learning is when I am on the path of love and happiness and peace and belonging and empowerment, I feel so high. And when I'm veering towards away from that path, like when certain things are happening around me that is no longer serving that path or purpose, I start feeling the opposite of that. And in my learning personally, there are two interpretations for that. One is knowing that life and the universe and God always only wants the best for me. That's my knowing, that's my truth. When there are certain things that I'm doing or that I'm engaging, or something bigger, something is supposed to come into my experience that will lead me to that which is love and happiness and peace and prosperity, God and universe will make sure that something along the way in my experience will start to fall off, and that falling off sometimes show up as broken relationships, or what used to be a really good relationship will have to break because another relationship has to come in to help me get to that next level. Now, if I am attached in such a way that when a certain relationship or when a certain situation or family or acquaintance or connection starting to fall off, and I start like pushing and pushing and making it work, but it's not working, then I could be trapped in that and I won't be able to get to the higher level. So there is a certain limit for me to put into the recovery or making something work, and versus realizing that it is time for this thing, it is time for this relationship, it is time for this interaction to fall off of my grid of my experience, because it has already served its purpose, and it will serve another purpose for other beings and other things, and then I have to kind of like go to another level of reality now. The next scenario or option of how to interpret when something is not working is because I am learning a lesson. I am learning the lesson of managing my affairs. My affairs mean my energy, my frequency, the way I think, the way I speak, the way I feel, the way I say words, and managing that so that I am in this constant, continuous plane of emitting the vibration frequency of love, happiness, peace, and prosperity, and great health. And certain situations are brought into my experience by God, life, universe, because they want what's best for me, and those experiences that teach me the lesson on how to practice. Some negative experiences or denser experiences are there to help me keep practicing of not being under being a slave to fear, right? Like I would be put into a situation where I feel like I'm threatened, and I have to practice that. Just observe the fear, just kind of watch it, and not be a slave to that, and then let it pass. So that is the message for you, whoever you are. The frequency of the of now's reality, and then versus the linear, and how changing your mindset changes how you go about your day, how you go about your moment, and how you interpret all of these experiences as you strive for an experience of happiness, peace, prosperity, and great health in your life.